Welcome to Sports Betting Illuminated, where we play with the house and not against it. I'm your host, Ariel Miller, author of Sports Betting Illuminated. Hey Brian, so nice seeing you here on this lovely Wednesday evening. I have a huge slate of games that I'm looking at today, a lot of good bets. And we are just looking across everything. Hello, Tech Science. Welcome in. So wonderful seeing you. Yes, we're going to be looking at golf tonight, hockey, of course. This is really exciting. Lots of plays there. And the NBA, of course, and a little bit of baseball too. So we just have a little bit of everything. It's going to be a great time. Good evening, Derek. Hello, Mark. Oh, it is so great seeing all of you here tonight. This is so fantastic. Thank you all so much for showing up and spending your evening with me. We have a lot of wonderful wagers, and I know we're going to do a lot of winning. So this is going to be a lot of fun. Yeah, all right. But before we get started, you know what I always like to say? Sit back, relax, and get your minds right to win some wagers. That's right. I am going to open up my new stream today. You guys are gonna like this one because it's National Unicorn Day. I had to get unicorn cake. That's right, unicorn cake. It is has a very vanilla, kind of creamy aroma, but very light and nice as well. Very yummy. So let's enjoy. Oh yeah, this is really good strain. So it's a hybrid. It is a cross between wedding cake and lava cake, and it's unicorn cake. So a little bit lower on the THC scale, only 19%, but that's okay. Let's go. All right, I think it's time for you to light up your unicorn cake that you have there with you as well, and we can all enjoy it together. Oh yeah, this is really sweet. It has a vanilla taste to it. And the dominant terpene in the strain is myrcene, just so you guys know. Hey David, so wonderful seeing you. Thanks for coming in. Oh, gravity bong. I'm gonna have to try the unicorn cake strain with my gravity bong. I use my gravity bong every single day now. Seriously, one of the best bongs, most unique bongs that I've ever purchased in my entire life. And once you try it, it's you're just addicted. I love my grab bong. It's wonderful. It really is. Now before we get started, I really wanted to talk, like I said, we are going over quite a few different leagues tonight. We're going to be talking about NBA, hockey, Major League Baseball, and golf. So I wanted to start off with golf. You guys know that I don't really follow golf as closely as you guys do, but who here has been following it? I would like to know. Put it in your comments. Yeah. Are you guys following golf closely? Is this a sport that you're paying attention to? I did want to talk about it. Oh no, I don't think so, Derek. Tech science. You're watching a golf world. All right, cool. You know, I've mostly been watching like from the AI perspective on what's happening. Like especially, you know, like just learning everything that, you know, PGA is doing with AWS and just I mean the countless hours of just videos and stuff that they've had to go through and store, but also like, you know, understand using computer vision how everything is going, and it's really fascinating. You're gonna watch the Masters, but you're not betting on it, huh? Oh man. Well, we'll get into that in just a little bit. But I do have some players that I'm looking at. I was basically just looking at who was good at Augusta and who's a good putter. But I would like to know what you guys are looking at when you are looking at different golfers. Hey, DJ Ray, welcome in. So nice seeing you here. Yeah, it will be interesting because that's kind of how I play it, but we'll see. We'll see. I think there are some really good plus money opportunities, and when I was looking at some of these players, it's like, whoa, we have some great opportunities to make like over 50% ROIs, and these are with like the top golfers too, like a lot of plus money here, so it's exciting. Absolutely. DJ Ray is shouting out my newsletter. Thank you so much. If you haven't joined the daily report, that is my free daily email that goes out every single day. You know, rain, snow, or sunshine, it goes out 365 days a year, and it breaks down all of the sports, the line movement, sports news. You get my picks of the day, pictures of me every day, and so much more, and it's free. You just go to arielcalista.com and click on the stay in touch button. And that's right, I am on Substack now. It's really exciting. I like being able to post all different kinds of creative content on Substack. I recently started a new Substack as well called the Full Spectrum Blog. So guys, go check it out. It's for anyone who's, you know, like a little more health oriented. The first blog post that I did on my new Substack was really focusing on your microbiome and prebiotics versus probiotics. So it's a great newsletter for, you know, like beyond sports. So I did make it separately. Hey Ben, so nice seeing you. Of course. Yes, I was just about to dive into some of the different players that, you know, I'm looking at here. You start at the bottom of the newsletter and go to the top. That is great. That is great. I don't blame you. It's a great place to start and then scroll up. Some people have told me that they didn't even make it to the bottom of my newsletter. They got like lost. And I'm like, you're missing my pictures? That's oh well. I love it though. Everyone could read the newsletter however they want, you know, like whatever works for you. Yes, everyone, please go follow Tyler on Substack as well. You guys could see that I'm subscribed to him when you follow my Substack. And the first, I think it was like a post instead of like the usual blogs that I'm doing on Substack. It was like a note inside of the community. I'm still learning how Substack works, but in my first note, I gave Tyler a big shout out, and Substack restacked. That's the term. I restacked his, so you can find him right there on the front page of my Substack. Yes, absolutely. That's right, DJ Ray. Please, everyone, hit the like button, the thumbs up. It really does help me in the algorithm, and we are growing every day. So let's dive right back into golf. I know you guys are really curious to see how am I doing this. I give you a little bit of my backstory on how I'm analyzing the Masters. But truthfully, I think if, okay, let's just dive into the people I like. Rory McIlroy plus 130 to get in the top 5. Justin Thomas plus 180, top 10. Minwoo Lee plus 180, top 10. And you could also do a no hole in one for plus 160. So these are the plays that I like. If 2 of these plays win, you're already going to be at an over 50% ROI. If 3 of these plays win, well, I mean, that is fantastic. Then you're definitely flying high. So I will rip another one for the Masters. Let's go. Heck yes. So like I said, you know, I don't usually bet on golf, but this is how I'm doing it here and how I've evaluated things, and you could really get some nice plus money if even just 2 of these hit, and I think it will. Honestly, I have a good feeling about this, but then again, I would love to hear from the golf people in our audience and what you guys think, what your plays are, who you're following. So let me know. Feel free to write it in the comments. Okay, I have another ball ready to rip for the Masters. That last hit was already like a little burnt out. I guess you could say you really like the unicorn cake. Oh yeah, it's really good and smooth too, which I really like, because I feel like I cough a lot. I love it. Thank you, DJ Ray. DJ Ray has discovered all of my emotes over there on Rumble. You know, whether you're a subscriber or you're just joining my chat over on Rumble, you could use all of the emotes, and those are just so much fun. Those really are. Yeah, definitely. It is a strategy, you know, really focusing on getting the plus money here, and building your ROI. Thank you so much. I'm really glad you guys like it. So yeah, feel free to jump in with any of your own plays as well. But you know, really what we're trying to do here is build our ROIs, you know, have huge returns on investments. And that's just it, right? That's what sports betting is about. We're not in it to lose money. We're trying to build our bankrolls and just keep going. So let's keep going with some games. I'm gonna go into hockey right now, and there's a few NHL games that I really like today. I know we have some hockey fans in the audience here, so feel free to jump in with your plays that you like. The first one that I'm looking at that is developing really well here is the Blues money line. Hey Super Pro, so nice seeing you. Welcome in. We just got started on hockey. The Blues money line opened up at plus 118, and then it moved pretty strongly. It went to minus 110, and there's level 3 super sharp money on this right now. So I like when I see the money line and the sports book. I mean, the sharps are all moving in the same direction with the sports book. It's looking pretty good. So I like the Blues money line. There's a lot of sharp money on the Blues money line tonight against the Oilers. And yeah, the sportsbook is moving this line as well. I mean, it opened up a little bit of a plus money play. So if you caught this early, you would have gotten some nice plus money, probably plus 118. Maybe you caught it at even money. But right now it's sitting at minus 110. So not a bad bet. All right. This is a good thing. Everyone's betting the Blues. I love hearing this from the sharps in my audience. All right. When the true hockey pros are all over this, you know this is a good play. So I think we're coming out pretty strong here with the Blues money line. But I'm also looking at another game too. I just really like that the pros are all over the Blues money line, and this is great. This is great. Another play that I really like, yeah, I mean, minus 110 right now is not bad. Like, I probably wouldn't take it if it was like minus 140, like minus 135 is kind of pushing it for me. Even minus 130, I don't like taking those a lot, but at minus 110 right now, still definitely a play. Another play that I'm looking at, this is a little bit earlier, so in less than 2 hours from now, Sharks are playing against the Wild, and this Wild puck line is very interesting. It opened up minus 1.5 plus 115, and then it moved pretty quickly to minus 130. Level 5 money is pushing this puck line, and there's also a ton of pro money here. So I'm liking this, but it's also sitting at minus 130. So like I said, I don't always like to take these big, like, minus 130s, minus 135s, or minus 140s. But this is one of those plays, like, even at minus 130, I like it. I think this is developed really well, and there's level 5 money on it, which is, in my scale, like 1 through 5, that's the most amount of money that a game could have, and it's definitely the strongest. Yeah. Vegas is definitely juicing this. Yeah, a lot. But it is San Jose. I agree with you there. So, it's up to you guys, like, truthfully, to do what you want here. But minus 130, I still think this is definitely a play. Just it does look like a defensive game. I mean, honestly, looking at it, I mean, I'm just gonna stay away from the total here. Like, stay away from the total. I'm not a fan of it. And finally, I have one more game in hockey that I'm looking at, and that's the Flames versus Ducks. This is a 10 p.m. Eastern game, and I'm looking at the total here. Right now, over 6 is where it's sitting. There is level 2 money on the over, and this is looking pretty good. Definitely looks decent. So the over is looking good here in this Flames-Ducks game. I like it. And it seems like there's a lot of pro money here as well. A lot of level 2 money. So those are my 3 plays that I'm really liking in hockey right now. The Blues money line. I'm liking the Wild puck line, even though it is sitting at minus 130, and I do like the over 6 in the Flames-Ducks game. So next, I will be going into some of my Major League Baseball plays and my NBA plays, but first we're going to be getting into the 2-minute drill. And, oh yeah. Well, I'm personally staying away from the money line in this game, but I like the over, so over is looking like a good play, but definitely, I hope so too for you. Let's roll into the 2-minute drill because we have a lot of plays that I'm looking at in the NBA, a lot on our slate tonight. And also one more play in baseball that I really like, and that's coming up at 6:45, so we'll be locking that one in right after the 2-minute drill. All right, stay with me. March Madness has come and gone, but listen closely. Something serious is happening behind the scenes in college basketball, and you need to pay attention to this for next season. Organized crime rings are reportedly targeting student athletes by luring them into parties centered around gambling. According to Southland Conference Commissioner Chris Grant, these groups are traveling from college town to college town, they're hosting events, and they're inviting the players to attend. And at these gatherings, athletes are encouraged to gamble, and this is often on credit, and once they lose, they're told they owe a lot of money. And the goal is to trap them into debt and exploit that leverage later.
possibly even to manipulate game outcomes. Yes, I know this sounds like something out of a movie, but officials are investigating this because this is happening right now, especially as ongoing investigations are now pointing to suspicious betting activity across many low-profile college programs. Recent incidents also back this up. At Temple University, guard Heiser Miller is under federal investigation for allegedly betting on his own games, including one matchup against UAB that showed suspicious line movement. The University of New Orleans benched 4 of its top 5 scorers in January amid a broader inquiry into gambling violations. And other schools, such as Eastern Michigan, Mississippi Valley State, and North Carolina A&T, have also had games flagged for unusual betting patterns. These are not one-off cases. They are suggesting that something major is happening right underneath the surface of college sports. The explosion of legal and semi-legal sports options has just made athletes even more vulnerable, and prop bets such as points and turnovers are especially easy to manipulate and very hard to detect. Many student athletes don't understand just how quickly they could get manipulated into these types of situations, particularly when dealing with criminals that are operating outside of the legal betting ecosystems. Officials worry that this situation will worsen as prediction markets and decentralized betting platforms continue to grow without really much oversight at all right now. So to fight back, these schools need stronger education programs that are not just listing out the rules, but they teach the players just how this manipulation works and how to spot red flags. And at the same time, regulators and sports books may consider banning certain types of wagers on college games. Without decisive actions, more athletes can be compromised, and the integrity of college sports will erode. College basketball season is done for now, but this is something you need to pay attention to next season.
I hope you guys enjoyed the 2-minute drill. I'm glad you are liking it. It is like a little commercial, but a little infomercial in a way. Like, I'm not trying to sell you anything. I'm just trying to teach you about some of the dangers that are going around with college athletes right now, and how people are starting to get themselves into trouble, but how maybe something bigger than we even know is going on underneath the surface. And that seems like what all the signs are pointing to. So, thanks so much. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. A lot is going on in this field, and the thing is truthfully, all of these sports books have such good AI, and they know where all of the money is coming in and where it's going out to, and they know like when these fluctuations are happening. So they usually do detect these kinds of things, and that's why people get into trouble. But especially with illegal or offshore books where there's not so much like oversight, that's where these things can really become huge problems, honestly. Seriously. Thank you so much. I'm glad you like the 2-minute drill. I think that was a little longer than 2 minutes. Might have been pushing like over 3, but yeah, it's definitely something we need to start paying attention to. And I know a lot of states have already outlawed like prop betting on college sports, for example. I believe like Tennessee is one of them. But I think more states might be doing it, but I mean, sports books truthfully like don't want to be burned either. Like they don't want to lose money, and when these things are happening, like they're going to try to work with enforcement and regulators to the best of their abilities because they don't want to get hurt. They're in a business to make money. And as we've seen, if you guys are reading the morning reports, a lot of sports books, like, because so many favorites are winning, are really like not wanting to lose like any money right now, because it's just not as profitable for them. And then after taxes and everything, it truly is a little bit crazy. Like New York has like a 50% tax on all the sports books. Oh wow, yeah. Interesting. Yeah, well, that makes sense. I mean, this is something that people are really taking seriously, and I think it's happening more often than we even realize. Maybe it's happening with like little small amounts here and there, but you know, I think this will get stopped and prevented, and they probably will track all this down because sports books don't want to get hurt, and the rest of the bettors, you know, like it's it's unfair, it's corrupt. That is funny. Yeah, you think so? Well, yeah, we'll see. I mean, honestly, we'll see what happens to a lot of these players, but you know, for sure, it's also ruining their prospects of a future career in professional sports, which, you know, is sad. Like when you get caught up with that, you know, you're not just like, you know, you're not just making the game unfair, but you're also like potentially like ruining your future. So people really do need to think about this and just be mindful that their actions have consequences and don't go gambling, like especially as a college athlete. You know, if you're just another college student, I don't know, you know, like you should really be more careful and like educated on these kinds of things, and teams need to educate people to know like what's out there. Well, this one game in Major League Baseball is starting in just a few minutes, so let's talk about this real quick. It's the Blue Jays versus the Red Sox, and I'm really liking the over here. It opened over 8 minus 115. Now it's sitting at over 8.5 at even money, even though there's level 5 money on the over. I like the over 8.5 here. Nice spot to get some nice even money. And yeah, even money. Level 5 money is on the over, so a lot of people are taking the over here. All the sharps, all the casual bettors as well. So oh no, you got censored again with Bullwinkle. Bullwinkle is definitely coming after you on YouTube. That's for sure. That is for sure. Well, if you don't want to be censored, you know where to go, guys. Rumble, even though, you know, my platform on there is a little bit smaller, at least we have like emotes, you won't get censored. And but my chat might also censor you anyways. I gotta fix that. Wow, bull at it again. That is for sure. Alright, well that's really my only play in Major League Baseball right now is over 8.5 at even money. So we are going to move on to the NBA because there are a lot of plays, a lot of games that I want to cover in here. We have a lot to cover, that's for sure. So let's get started with the Celtics versus Magic game. This is a 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern game. And, you know, I was looking at this Magic spread. This is just so weird. I've been watching it. Orlando, they went from plus 3.5 to -7. But this was a huge move, but all the money was on the Celtics, and it seemed like there's a lot of Joes on the Celtics, but it's still pushing hard. It even pushed to -7.5 with level 4 money on the Celtics. That is right. Well, you know, tonight is really like a basketball night. I feel like, you know, lots of baseball early, and lots of basketball tonight, and these lines have just been moving around like crazy. So it's been interesting to see like how everything is developing. Like personally, this Orlando spread, I'm just staying away from. Like even though it's moving in the right direction, it's moving against a lot of money. I don't know. Things are just looking really like funny and weird here with this line. I'm liking the total though. And this is the one play I would probably make in this game is I like the under. It opened up 216.5, went to 209.5, then went to 207. There is level 5 money on the over. So Vegas is completely moving this line against all of the money. Yes, yes, Derek, I am on the under here. Vegas is moving the line against all of the money on the over. Everyone is taking the over here, but think about it. Vegas is just taking their money. Every time, you know, more and more people throw money at the over, they're moving the line lower. People throw more money at the over, they move the line lower. Think about it. Vegas is doing that because everyone is they're trying to make the over more and more attractive. So more and more people keep betting on it. I mean, we already know that a lot of Celtics players are out with injuries, but Vegas is moving this line all on their own, and they're moving it towards the under, hoping that you will bet the over right now. And it's looking very obvious. Like, they've moved this line, so people look at it and are saying, oh, well, it has to go over. And more people keep throwing the money on the over. I like the under. Oh, no. Oh no, YouTube's bot is definitely censoring us in the comments. But that happens, guys. Follow me on Substack where I haven't been censored yet, and I really like it. It's a great community. The house does win no matter what. I mean, think about it. Like, the house wins no matter what. Every time, like, you go to Vegas, you know, the house is taking in all of this money every year. They're building bigger and bigger hotels every single year. Like, they're not stopping. And this is because the house is winning and they have better data analytics. And all of this is kind of public information as well. Like, if you just go to, like, for example, I've been watching a lot of the AWS live streams on LinkedIn where they actually bring in people from the NFL team and, you know, people who are part of the NFL organization. And, you know, they're bringing in people from AWS who are like the people that, you know, work directly with the NFL and how they're collecting data and all of the players. They're collecting all their limb positions, you know, every 10th of a second. Like, all of this data is getting fed, and basically, you know, you could think of it like a spreadsheet with millions and millions and millions of rows. Millions of them. And this is getting crunched so fast, and with the machine learning models being as predictive as they are, and truly, like, being able to run a quadrillion simulations, it's crazy. You know, these really are predictive models because, like, they're even adding in, you know, the randomness and unpredictability, and that's how the sports book knows these things. So, you know, like, when you're betting and you feel like you're going off of your gut feelings, or, you know, like, well, you know, this you know, this sports writer said in the past 5 games here, you know, you might be looking at that as well. But truthfully, like, it really does feel like you're shooting a pea shooter against the sports book, which is, I don't know, it's a tank. It really is a huge tank. So you gotta play with the house because they do always win. And that's my strategy. And you know what? I mean, I don't know other handicappers out there in the field with like 30% ROIs, but we've been able to maintain that consistently across multiple sports leagues, and simply by playing with the house and not against it. You guys see it all the time. All right, let's dive into this Hornets Raptors game. This is coming up in an hour. It's a 7 o'clock, 7:40 p.m. Eastern game. And, I was looking at this Raptors spread. It's sitting at -10 right now, and it opened up at -7.5. It was looking pretty good, but this is just a lot of points. Like, that's kind of what I'm reading here. Like, do I think we'll cover by 10 points? Like, that's a lot. Oh yeah, you know what, Mark? It is really crazy. And it's always like I found recently that all of these lines are getting so tight. Most of them truly are within half a point. Like, just half a point. That's it. But when they take a position on a game, and it's not all of the time, the sportsbooks don't take positions on most of the games most of the time. It's really in that select few games and where I see, where I see it fall out of equilibrium, and that's where you see like the house is taking a position here. I'm gonna play with the house instead of against it. Do I still like the over in this game? Yes, I do. I like the over so much better than the spread here. It opened up at 214.5, went to 217, went to 220 on level 4 money, and yes, there was a little bit of reverse line movement to 218.5 here, but I still like it. I really do like the over here, and I think it still has moved in the right direction enough consistently. I've noticed that lately Vegas just really, they just don't really care about all of like the money coming in at the end and, like affecting the lines. So yeah, I will actually be covering the Suns game. I do want to talk about some of the games that were in my morning report, including ones that I was tracking early and that I didn't really like, and why I think, I don't like it anymore. And what I look at when I'm saying like these lines are falling apart. So I do like the over here still in the Hornets Raptors game. I still like the over a lot better than the spread. Even though, the Raptors spread was tracking in the right direction here, it just seems like a lot right now. And then I'm looking at Lakers versus Mavericks. I was tracking this one earlier in the morning report, the money line. This Dallas money line is sitting right where it opened. It opened up at plus 170, moved a lot, and now it's right back to plus 170. So I'm just completely ignoring it. That is one of the games that, I basically just scratched off my list. Something I was tracking early, but I don't like it anymore. So yeah, those are some of the games that I like. I still have a lot more, but I think we need a little bit of a cannabis break. What do you guys think? We gotta get our minds right to win the rest. And maybe I am a little high. We gotta get our minds right to win the rest of our wagers. That was a little bit of a tongue twister. Oh yeah, definitely. Well, I mean, it is late in the season, and that's why I'm looking at some of these spreads too. I mean, it's the same logic that you're using, and looking at these spreads and saying, like, 10 is kind of a lot right now, so staying away from it. Like, I'm sure you guys are looking at the Golden State Warriors game. Like, that's a lot of points. So I feel the same way about that here, because it's kind of late in the season and things are getting really competitive right now. And I'm really glad that you got into betting because I made it easy. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I know some people look at, what I'm doing with these morning reports and it looks very complicated, but, I have the key there and I'm always looking to you guys to give me feedback and improvements to make things easier or whatever you guys want to learn. I'm happy to teach you. So thanks so much. I really appreciate it. All right, let's get a little high. Pull out your unicorn cake. Celebrate the unicorns in your life today. This game is called High or Lie. This is going to be a lot of fun. So I'm going to read you a statement. You guys are going to guess if it's high, that is like true, like yes. Or if it's a lie, like no cannabis. All right, what do you think about this first one? There is a real cannabis strain called Obama Runs. High or lie? Let me know in the comments, and I am gonna repack this bowl and get some more unicorn cake. Lie. Hi, the audience is split. Oh no. Hi, it is. That was a big unicorn cake strain. That is true. The strain name started off as a joke, but it eventually became a real thing. They even have fake political campaign stickers for Obama runs. Oh yes, definitely a good hit. All right, high or lie? Cannabis has been found in ancient tombs. Have you guys seen like what they found under the pyramids? Let me know in the comments if you've seen that. It is crazy, and this is like real science. I've been looking at, you know, like the research paper behind it. It's like legit. Hi, you guys are right. That is right. Burned cannabis, like people were burning it, consuming it, probably in something similar to what we call gravity bongs today, I'm sure. It was discovered in a 2,500-year-old burial site in China. So, like, literally, they were having smoke sessions all the way back then. Pharaohs, I'm sure, were probably getting high. Yeah, I mean, cannabis has been part of us, like part of something we've consumed and integrated into the culture forever. And we also have these wonderful things called endocannabinoid systems, so it really does make sense for us to integrate cannabis into our daily lives, because we have an endocannabinoid system to be supplemented by cannabinoids, and it really does help your body, help the receptors on your cells. All right, high or lie? The smell of weed comes from THC. This is a little bit of a tricky one. What do you guys think? Lie. Have you guys been paying attention to the morning report? Lie. You guys are right. It is terpenes. Good job, Derek. That is great. Spencer, DJ Ray, Chuck Science, you guys all got that right. Good job. All right, this one is really interesting as well. THC and CBD are only found in the female cannabis plant. That is funny. They were definitely heating up arrow tips. That actually makes sense. High or lie? Lie. High-ish. Lie. All right, this is actually high. Male plants really don't produce meaningful levels of THC or CBD. It's all in the female plants. It's all for the ladies. We love the ladies. Meaningful. Okay. All right. All right. All right. I'll say this is a gray area question. Okay. I take it back. We all win here. Oh yes, it is really good hits. All right, sativa strains always energize you, and indicas always make you sleepy. High or lie? I feel like we've heard this so many times. Like, our friends have said this to us, the people at the dispensary have said this to us, you know, those like 21-year-olds that just got hired. Typically, I feel like they always are trying to tell you at the dispensary, like, this will make you sleepy, but do they really know? And lie, they don't really know. It's not indica or sativa that's gonna make you sleepy versus energized. It's actually the terpenes. So you guys got it. You nailed it. All right, yeah. So it's really the terpenes that are driving those effects, not indica, not sativa. Now you guys all know. Could tell. Could tell your friends, could tell the people at the dispensary, whatever you want. Now this one, high or lie, you could overdose on weed and die. High or lie? I feel like a lot of people worry about this. Actually, I was seeing like some statistics the other day that like a lot of people, like truly, like is more a surprisingly higher percentage of people than I thought, like drive themselves to the hospital or emergency room when they get high and get a little paranoid and freaked out. Lie, 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 lie. That is true. You can feel too high. A lot of people have driven themselves. I mean, I've seen it in real time, you know, like you're with your friends and people are like, oh, I do 50 to 100 milligrams all the time. And you're like, oh, cool. Take a dropper full of my Delta 8 Drops product. It's 50 milligrams. And then they're driving themselves to the emergency room like 15 minutes later. Like, where did you go? Yeah, so you won't die from too much cannabis. And you're right, it is a lie-ish. There is like a certain amount of cannabis, but you literally have to consume like smoke, I mean, like 2,000 pounds or something crazy, 200 pounds, I don't know. Either way, it's so much weed that you have to consume that you're probably just destroying your lungs. Like, I don't think the weed is killing you as much as, like, you shouldn't just be smoking all that much at once of anything, probably. But yeah, it is ridiculously unlikely. Like, you really can't smoke yourself to death, or even edibles. Like, you could definitely feel high for, I know people have experienced it for like, you know, over a day, you know, still feeling high, and that's pretty normal, but it does wear off. Like, it doesn't last forever. It can be a little uncomfortable, but it definitely doesn't last forever. And then once you realize like it's over, it's no big deal. And then it's like, well, maybe I want to try it again, or at least that was my experience. All right. So, high or lie, cannabis seeds were once sold in the pages of High Times magazine. Let me know if that's high or a lie. Bicycle face. I liked when we all came up with the name Bicycle Face here on the show. That was great. Hi. That is true. Back in the early days of the internet, like really before there was all this like regulations and oversight, like High Times was selling cannabis seeds in the pages of its magazines. Like right there, you flip it open, there are your seeds, you can plant them. I think that's great though. Like, right? Get a cannabis plant. I actually planted my seeds, just so you guys know. I planted my seeds. They started to grow. Like, I have to transfer them into the dirt, and yeah, then they're gonna grow into beautiful cannabis plants. So I'm really excited. All right, let's get back to some of these games. We do need another strain name contest. I love Bicycle Face though. That was so funny. So yeah, let's do that. Another strain name contest. We'll have to do that soon because it is the season for that. I was leaning towards bicycle face since we did come up with that in a stream. I mean, I'm getting a little high. It is a great name, especially given the history. I agree. Given the history, bicycle face. It's true. They thought women would get bicycle face from riding bicycles. Oh, what crazy things we come up with. Alrighty. Let's talk about the Heat versus Bulls. This is an 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern game. Now, this is pretty interesting. The Miami spread has been on the move. The money line has been moving in the same direction as well. Huge move on the money line for Miami, actually. Opened up at minus 105 and is sitting at minus 140 right now. Earlier today, there was a lot of pro money on it, especially while I was sitting at like minus 118. A lot of sharps jumped in early. But on the spread, I would take the spread because, like I said earlier, I don't really like taking the minus 135s even. Like, definitely, I would like to take the spread instead here. It opened up plus 1.5, went to minus 1.5, went to minus 1, then back to minus 1.5. So a little bit of like some weird movement there, but this kept steadily moving out in the right direction to minus 2.5. And right now the money is really mixed. The money is super mixed, but I like it. I would say the Miami spread I would take definitely over the money line right now. But the one play that I really like in this game, I really, really like it, it's the over. This I was looking at, I think this is by far, like right now, like looking at how all the lines have shaken out throughout the day, right now this is my play of the day. It opened up at 223.5, went to 226.5, then 227 on level 5 money, just kept moving out. Now it's sitting at 229, and I still like the over here. So the over in this Heat Bulls game is just looking really good. 229, you could grab the over right now, and there's been steady money on this all day. I like this play. This is my favorite play right now on the board, so make sure to lock this over in, and yeah, good luck. I like it. Ooh, alright, you brought the step ladder. Played it early, brought the step ladder. Alright, you heard it, you action players. The sharps are out there bringing some little step ladders. You might not want to bring like a huge ladder, but just like maybe a little step stool ladder, I don't know, whatever feels right to you. Just remember that, and make sure it's responsible and reasonable as well. Definitely not a fire ladder like the Yankees, but wow, you could definitely bring some big ladders there. That was crazy for sure. So another game that I'm looking at, this one's still looking good, but it's just been kind of dead. Like the line just hasn't really been moving too much. Yeah, like a little baby step ladder. I'm kind of thinking like the step stools where it's like maybe like 2 or 3 steps maybe, or like a little step and a half. I don't know. Whatever feels right to you. For sure. But I am looking at this Portland Trailblazers Utah Jazz game as well. Ooh. You push the run line to minus 3.5 and over to 11.5. Whoa. That is some big plus money right there. Seriously. That is great. So Portland opened up minus 4.5, went up to minus 6.5 on level 4 money. Now the money has started to disappear a little bit. It's sitting at level 2 money, but this line just has not moved. It's just kind of sat here all day, but it's still looking good. I mean, I would say Trailblazers spread is still looking pretty good as it is right now, even though it just there hasn't been a lot of movement here at all. I mean, truthfully, I'd love to see some more movement, but I'm expecting that later on there'll be a little bit more movement, but it's still looking good. I still like the Trailblazers spread. And then even later is the Nuggets versus Kings. Now, Denver really has been looking like a little bit of a play here. I mean, it opened up at -1.5, went out to -3.5 on some Denver money. Then there was a little bit of Joe money coming in. Then it went to -4. Then it went to -4.5. So it just kept moving in the right direction, and it looks like a play right now. It really does. Where it's sitting at -4.5. It's just been moving out steadily all day. Well, I'm hoping, I'm certainly hoping big things are going to be happening this weekend for sure. I definitely want to lock in some more big plus money plays. That would be great. But yeah, I like the Nuggets. I think this is looking like a nice little play here. Lots of money on it. It's just kind of moved up steadily, so yeah, -4.5 on the Nuggets, looking good. Then one play I was watching earlier was the Spurs versus Golden State Warriors. Yeah, I'm just, first of all, the total completely fell apart, so stay away from that. I was tracking it, the line fell apart, and then I'm looking at the spread as well. This is, like I said earlier, I just think it's too many points. Went from -15.5 to -17.5. Lots of money, moving in the right direction, but I just think it's too many points right now. So I'm just kind of staying away from any plays on this game at the moment. Yeah, exactly. Like, if it wasn't this time in the season, I would say, okay, let's take it. But you also have to account for, you know, all of that. Let's look at the Thunder-Suns game, though. This has been such an interesting line to watch. And there's a lot of money on the Thunder. Lots of money. And the Suns spread, it's just moving against all of this money. But first, let's look at the Suns money line. The Suns money line opened up at +475. Then it moved to +350. And there is a lot of money coming in on the Oklahoma City money line. Then it kept moving to +330. And there's still a lot of money on the Thunder, but a lot of people out there, and I've been hearing this, a lot of people out there are thinking that the Suns are just going to win outright. What do you guys think? Do you think the Suns can win outright tonight? It is pretty mystifying. So, I mean, I would probably say, like, I wouldn't be leaning towards them winning outright tonight, but personally, I think it could happen, you know, so I wouldn't be betting against this either. Then the Suns spread is really interesting as well, because like I said, there has been so much money, so much Joe money on the Thunder today. And looking at the Suns, it opened up at +12.5, went to +9.5 on level 4 money. Then there was level 5 money, and remember, it went from +12.5 to +9.5 on level 5 Oklahoma City money. So Vegas is completely moving this line against all of this money. So let's pay attention here, because it moves even more. It goes to +8 in some spots right now. And there is still level 4 money on Oklahoma City Thunder. Exactly. It seems like every Joe in the world is betting on the Thunder tonight. Yet with all of this money coming in on the Thunder, Vegas just keeps moving this line against. And, you know, it's moving in the right direction for the Sun right now. And I would take the Sun spread. I like this play, honestly. I really do. Vegas doesn't make a mistake. And, you know, when they're pushing this hard, and think about it, they're taking a pretty strong position against all of these Joes coming in on the Thunder because they keep moving this line. They keep inviting more and more people to take the Thunder. Yet at the same time, I'm leaning towards the Sun. Vegas wants the Joes to keep taking the Thunder. I like the Suns. I really do. I mean, +8 in some spots. Wow, that is a big movement. Yeah, well, I mean, in this case, Super Pro, you know, betting against the Joes. Vegas is betting against the Joes, indicated by their actions here. Yeah, I mean, but still, Vegas always knows something that we don't know. And that's what we have to take into account. You know, like, they know that all this money and all the players are coming in, but, you know, they're moving this line hard, and it's against the money. Vegas is taking a strong position against the Joes. Usually I like to play when House and, you know, the Sharps are playing here, but I think this is a little spot to play against the Joes, and all the Joes are they're all taking the Thunder right now. So this is a spot to play against the Joes. So I like it. Yeah, I do. And then even the total here has been a little weird, just so you guys know. It opened 231.5, went to 228, then 226.5, even though there's level 4 money on the over. So another weird thing. It seems like Vegas is pretty strongly moving against a lot of the money tonight in this game. Yeah, it bothers me a little bit too. So I think you're absolutely right in saying that. It does bother me a little as well. And there's just so many Joes in this game. And honestly, like, it is fun sometimes to take a position against the Joes. So, I mean, that's why I like the spread. But, you know, like, if you really, really want to position yourself, you know, you could possibly take the under as well. But a lot of money is on the over, and Vegas is just, they're not budging. They're going in the opposite direction. And that's what they're doing on the spread here. That is right. Thanks so much, Mark. I would love if you guys gave this video a thumbs up. It is free, it is easy to do, and it really does help boost me in the algorithm, especially as like a small little content creator trying to grow our platform, our little sports betting world, so we could all win wagers together. Yeah, you know, Vegas is kind of overreacting, but it's weird. It is weird, this game, and it does look like this game is the one spot where Vegas is just taking a pretty opposite stand against a lot of this money coming in. So I would say, you know, maybe you want to do more of an action play on this game, I guess, if anything, if you are feeling unsure about it. But I also like spots where you could where you could play against the Joes. So I kind of like it. It's fun. It is fun. And the last game, I'm interested in the result as well. And the last game that I have tonight, 76ers versus the Wizards. Oh, this is starting in just like a minute. I just wanted to let you guys know, I don't know what the under is at right now, but it did open up at 227.5. Last time I saw it was at 224. I know these numbers are adjusting in real time, but if anyone is looking at the under in the 76ers Wizards game right now and you want to throw the number in the comments, please let me know. But I am looking at the under here and I think it looks pretty good. Okay, 225 to 225 and a half. That is weird. Okay, so it did go up a little bit. I'm still leaning towards the under here though. So this is more of like a lean movement for me. So it's up to you guys, whatever you think about it. But I am leaning a little bit more towards the under and it's, okay, 224 and a half. Yeah. Alright, so I do like the under here. It did open up at 227 and a half. I like the under. And yeah, those are all of my plays for tonight. Oh my gosh, we covered a lot. Wow. So let's just run down, we'll run down my best plays that I like the most tonight. First, one more quick hit of unicorn cake. I love it. Little celebration. Thanks so much, DJ Ray. This has been so great. Such a good strain too, and I had so much fun with our little game and 2-minute drill and a little bit of everything. So, all right, everything that's not already playing, we're gonna cover. So I liked oh, cool. We do have a Cheesecake Factory menu in place tonight. That is right. So, in a Masters, we are looking at Rory McIlroy plus 130 to be top 5, Justin Thomas plus 180 top 10, Min Woo Lee plus 180 top 10, and No Hole in One plus 160. If you hit just 2 of these, you'll have over a 50% ROI. So that is a great return on investment. Then in hockey, I like the Blues money line. I like the Wild puck line, even though it is sitting at minus 130. I do like it. And finally, the Flames Ducks over 6 looks pretty decent right now. The Blue Jays Red Sox game is already playing. I like the under in the Celtics Magic game. That one has developed nicely and it has a big move towards the under. Yes, thank you so much. Thanks so much for putting that in there, DJ Ray. If you haven't already, please do subscribe to my free daily newsletter just by going to arielcalista.com, clicking the Stay in Touch button, clicking that link right there in the comments. Alrighty. Alright. I liked the over in Hornets Raptors game, but I am staying away from the spread there. And then I am looking at the Heat spread sitting at minus 2.5. It's looking really good, but as you guys already know, my play of the day right now is the over in this game, in the Heat Bulls game. I really like the over 229. Favorite play of the day, by far. Then I was looking at the Trailblazers spread. It looks pretty good. Nuggets spread also looks like a really good play. And then the Suns, I would say, you know, it is probably one of the weirdest lines on the board today, so do with that information what you will, but I do think Vegas is taking a pretty strong position against the Joes in this game, and I just like playing against the Joes. I mean, I like playing with the house, truthfully. And like I said, Sixers, Wizards, this game is happening right now, and I like the under there as well. A little bit more of an action lean over there, but I do like it. Thank you so much for all the love and praise for my newsletters. You guys are so sweet, and I couldn't do these newsletters without you. They go out every single day, even on Christmas, Easter, Thanksgiving, every single day. I make sure to get this good information out to you to provide you valuable sports news, line movements, pics of the day, pictures of me every day, and so much more. Thank you so much for all the love, everyone. Thanks for showing up to this stream tonight. I had a blast, and I hope you did too. good luck on all of your wagers. I hope you lock them all in. I hope we got a lot of wins, and I can't wait to see you all back here Saturday morning at 11 a.m. Eastern for some more plays. Thank you so much, and if you haven't subscribed to my Sports Betting Illuminated live stream, please do so now and leave a thumb on your way out. Thank you so much. Good luck tonight, everyone, and I will see you next time.